Let's say something that's really unpopular right now. We're at war. We are this world is at war, and it can escalate into World War III. When we were in World War II, we were allied with one of the most evil men of the 20th century, in Stalin. And you have Republicans and Democrats both seeing who can bash China the most. I understand why. I could list 1,000 reasons why we have to bash China. Right now, though, just as I think you told me, FDR said I would make an alliance with the devil if it would beat Hitler. Right now, we have to look at countries like China. We have to look at countries like Saudi Arabia. We have to look at countries that we are deeply offended by their actions in the past, and understand that we may be where FDR was very, very soon, and we need to figure out a way to make a common, have at least a common understanding with the Chinese. Because right now, with Republicans and Democrats doing everything they can to bash China around the clock, which I understand why in peacetime, but what incentive do the Chinese have to cross Putin?
You're exactly right. The Chinese would go, why the hell should we do the United States any sort of a favor? We're not going to get rewarded for it. We still have the tariffs in place that the Trump administration put there, even though there's no sign they're working. So why don't we lift those? Why don't we offer to have a new communique with China, a new broad agreement? He just had one with Russia, where we talk about, among other things, reiterating our commitment to something that matters to them, a one China policy. And while we can be committed in some ways to Taiwan, you do it in a way that reassures China. Why can't we open up new cooperation on Afghanistan? North Korea is getting in the business of testing missiles and, for all I know, nuclear weapons. Why can't we get back there? Help them possibly on climate change. We need an agenda, but right now you have this bipartisan unity of bashing China, and this is not the time for it. If Putin is the more immediate strategic adversary and threat to our interests, and he clearly is, China's a longer-term challenge. We should prioritize. We've got to sequence this, and we have got to figure out a way of getting China somewhat more distant from Mr. Putin. Imagine what it would be if Xi picked up the phone and called Putin and say, this isn't working for me. I don't want to get caught up in these secondary sanctions that the Americans are putting on. This isn't helping me get what I want most, my third term. Cool it, Vlad. Imagine if we could engineer that kind of a phone call. I'm not saying we can, but wow, isn't that the purpose of diplomacy? To try to move the pieces on the chessboard? Why aren't we doing more there?
Well, the one thing that Dr. Brzezinski always talked about, Mika, when he came on the show is countries, surprisingly enough, always act in their own self-interest. And so it's incumbent upon us to figure out what is in China's best interest right now. What deal will they take to get Xi to pick up the phone, call Putin, and tell him to stop? That is, as Richard said, that is the very essence of diplomacy. You do things that you're uncomfortable with sometimes. You move out of that zone of comfort. And you strike deals with different people. We did it after 9/11. But what did we hear? What did we hear after 9/11? We're going to have to make alliances with countries that we may not have made alliances with before we were attacked by al-Qaeda. And that's what we did. Guess what? The Iranians gave us a lot of intel. We worked with Iran post 9/11. We worked with other countries we would have never imagined working with before 9/11. We have to start thinking that way now. And it would help if Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill gave the signal to the White House that they understood we were at war. We want to save Ukraine. We want to back away from a possible nuclear confrontation, and that Biden has the space and the administration has the space to work with China and work with Saudi Arabia to defuse this crisis.
And there are probably, at the very least, dozens of other options all happening at the same time. Still ahead.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.